guys, welcome back. I told you we'd get you some cookie recipes going, and we have 3 new ones that we're going to try. Not all in the same video though. Cora is here with me. Evie is, you know, being a teenager on her phone. So she's here, but not here. We're going to start with peanut butter blossoms, and we've never made these before, but it's kind of a different take on a traditional Christmas cookie, I guess. So not a lot of red and green or gold or anything like that. We're just gonna go with some good old-fashioned peanut butter. We've got our oven preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and Cora's gonna get off the counter and open up this butter and plop it in the bowl. We're gonna start with half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick of butter, and it is softened. And then we're also gonna add to that half a cup of peanut butter. Creamy peanut butter. No chunky or crunchy. No crunchy peanut butter for this recipe. You're just gonna measure this out, kind of mash it in there because you don't want any air bubbles. And peanut butter is kind of one of the main ingredients of the blossom. So that's half a cup of peanut butter. We'll make it a little extra peanut buttery if we need to. And we'll just get that in there. Okay, I'll just leave that right there. And then we need half a cup of granulated sugar. I'll be right back. I'm going to go wash this half a cup. Okay, it's been a long day. Evie suggested using 2 4th cup measuring cups, so that's what we're going to do.
Her public school education is not a waste.
Okay, put 2 sugars in there. 2 4th cup baby sugars. Yes, in there.
I love how you're trusting a 10-year-old to do this.
You should be able to measure ingredients at this age. I'm just saying.
That's fine.
Cora has been battling something. We don't know, but just something. And yep, 2 of those. And that'll equal how much? Half a cup. And then we also have brown sugar that we're going to use. We have light brown sugar. If you were making like gingerbread cookies, you'd want to use dark brown sugar, but we're not. So.
It's hard to get it sweet.
Okay. Got the sugar, and then we need this sugar. So same measurement, but you got to pack it in there. Do you know what I mean by pack it?
Just gonna push it against the side of the bag. Maybe.
In your hand too. Isn't that working?
No.
Oh. Shall I help you?
Yes.
Yeah. So half a cup of packed brown sugar. I love the way I like to scoop brown sugar out. It kind of stays in there like sand.
It's like the old elementary school rice servings.
Yes. All right, so in this bowl we've got our half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick, our half a cup of peanut butter, half a cup of granulated sugar, which is just like regular sugar, and half a cup of packed brown sugar. That's a pretty easy start to this recipe, right? Everything's half and half and half. All right, so Cora is gonna get this started, beating it up. It may not be plugged in yet.
It's not plugged in.
All right. And we're just gonna cream that together, and then we're gonna add an egg in a minute. Thank you. I was gonna go to the sink, but
How do I turn this on?
okay. I'm going to show Cora how to turn the mixer on. You put it down in there and make sure you don't get your hair caught in it.
What if my hair's like that?
I don't know.
I'll be right back.
That actually almost looks pretty good. Gonna go ahead and add the egg in there. If you don't normally crack your eggs in a separate bowl, I suggest doing that just because sometimes you can get bad eggs. That would be worst case scenario. Or shells. I don't know why it's doing that. Huh? Yeah. Alright. So Cora has creamed that together nicely. Ooh, that does look good. Why don't you take this and kind of scrape around the sides. If you're new to baking or whatever, that's, you know, that's usually a standard step in baking. Okay, so I'll scrape around the sides. Yeah, I think this needs to be mixed up just a little bit more. Tyler and I have had a long past few days at the farm. Just some stuff going on, and they're babies, and it's hot in there, and I'm pretty tired by the end of the day. Like, I've had a shower, cooled off, pretty sleepy. And it is 8:21 at night, and we're baking cookies. But what else do you do on the weekend, right? Well, if this was just the butter and sugars, I would let them lick this, but it's got an egg in it, so sorry. Smells good though. Next thing we're gonna do, in a separate bowl, we've got our handy dandy sifter here, and we're gonna just scoop out some flour. It's gonna be 1 1/4 cup of flour. What? Tyler's looking at me funny because he's probably wondering why I'm scooping it out with a tablespoon instead of just putting the measuring cup in there. And
She knows me well.
a baking tip when you're measuring your dry ingredients, I guess if you don't have one of those fancy scales to really measure it, is to scoop your dry ingredient out of the bag into the measuring utensil.
Why?
Evie thinks it might be because that way you don't get holes in the air pocket.
I'm with you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Alright, so there's one. It is much slower if you do it that way. Now this recipe is kind of strange because it calls for baking soda and baking powder, which it's usually just baking powder. But maybe the baking soda does something specific. Obviously it does. Alright, we've got our flour in there. We're going to sift that. The baking soda, which is in this little box here, is 3/4 of a teaspoon. So 3/4. And then we're just gonna do 3 1/4. That I don't really know how you're supposed to measure it without just scooping it out. And then 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. The girls and Tyler got me these measuring spoons because mine was broken. I had a set of glass ones, which they were beautiful, but if you drop one of them, they break. So they got me these for something rare. I'm not really sure what, but I like them. And then 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm glad I didn't move this little bowl. That's why. Not real swift at measuring things. Okay. I think that's it for the dry ingredients. We've got the salt, baking soda, baking powder. And then we'll just sift it together. And then we're gonna beat this into the peanut butter and sugar mixture. Alright, we're gonna get this mixed up, and then I don't have parchment paper because I ran out and then I just completely forgot to get some. So we're gonna try it on aluminum foil. See how that works. But I'm gonna beat this up, and then we're gonna measure them out a tablespoon at a time on the cookie sheet. And then we want to make sure that they're 2 inches apart because these cookies will spread. And then we're gonna unwrap a bunch of Hershey Kisses while that's in the oven cooking. That was funny. This doesn't look like cookie dough, but who knows? Looks pretty good. Looks like fudge. Alright, so we'll come back. I'll show you the cookie sheet before I put them in the oven, and then we'll show you when they get out of the oven. Baxter's really excited about it too. So we'll see you in a bit. So this is part of maybe about half, maybe a little less than, or a little over half of the cookie dough that we've got out so far. There's 15 cookies on this sheet pan. So while these are in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, we're gonna start unwrapping these lovely little silver bells, which are so delicious. And then that's gonna be the blossom part.
Question. Can we eat one?
I think there will be enough, I think. So we'll see you again in about 10 to 12 minutes. Wait, I need to be on that side. So our shirts will make sense. Alright, so this is our second batch. I scooped it out and like rolled it up into a little ball, and then I put them on there, and apparently I didn't put them far enough apart, but we're gonna start pushing the kisses into the centers. Next time I make these, I'll do it maybe about like half, maybe half of the mixture in a cookie shape. These are rather large, but those, we all tried them and they are
Delicious.
so good. So
Look
good.
here. Look
They
at
will be
this.
gone by tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Look at there.
Look at the chocolate. Mush up the chocolate on there. Show 'em. It kind of, the,
You can see it melting in my hand.
yeah, it's melty. These are so good.
Don't edit that out.
The counter's clean. The counter's clean. Anyway, Freckles is down here like, please drop one, but we don't want to drop chocolate for the dogs. I don't know if you've noticed mine and Tyler's stylish shirts.
The Christmas shirts.
Yes. So,
Oh yeah.
why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
So,
Most people probably aren't getting that.
Nope.
oh, I bet more.
We'll get that.
Yeah, more people than you think will get that.
Hashtag our family.
All right.
Did you just
So,
say hashed?
yes, she did. So we've got the cookies out of the oven. They need to cool on the wire rack for 2 minutes, and then you can transfer in the pan, and then you can transfer them to the wire rack and just let them cool. But
Actually, you can't let them cool because
Yeah.
once they get cool enough to handle,
they're
it's
still
over.
good.
It's over.
They're still good.
You eat them.
Yeah. The warm cookie, that was heavenly. But
It kept falling apart.
yes. The girls have been so busy lately, and it's just, a busy time of year, but I just want to take time to say thank you guys. If you are watching and have been watching, we really appreciate it. We honestly never even thought
No,
we'd get like
we thought there'd be-
5.
We thought it'd be my mama and us,
Yeah.
and it was 66, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
That's,
So
that's great.
it's not a lot compared to what a lot of people have, but we're just thankful for each and every one of you. And if you enjoy our videos, recommend them to somebody else. It's good times.
Let's go for 67.
Good family fun. Not a whole lot of that out there on the internet right now. So, anyway, the next couple of cookie recipes that we'll be bringing to you is a simple shortbread. It's 3 ingredients, 4 if you count the sprinkles, but we have to add a little pizzazz in there. And then I just had a brain toot. Let's see.
The other day, Donna said that this is the thing that she mostly watches. Like, she watches the news, and then she goes to YouTube.
That's awesome. Butterscotch. What?
Gingerbread.
I just read this like 2 seconds. Yeah. Butterscotch gingerbread cookies. I'm very excited about those. These simple ingredients, really. The shortbread simple ingredients, but the butterscotch cookie ones, I'm very excited for those. And if we don't put these away, Evie and Cora are gonna eat them all. And Tyler's gonna eat them all.
You need room on the rack.
Well, you have 3 racks. 3 racks.
We need more cookies.
But this is something that the girls and I do every year, and we used to do it every year with my mom, and then unfortunately she is no longer with us, but we can carry on that tradition every Christmas, and we hope you guys enjoy it and make your own traditions. Don't get all choked up now.
No, I just choked.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty much the definition of getting choked up. Getting choked.